honor and dishonor in the legal system. This is all about the game of honor and dishonor to creation and self. They know all the tricks of the craft of deception, which is the legal system. And they made all the rules to suit themselves, where they cannot lose. This game is rigged in their favor, and we are constantly being tested to know who we are, or to have us consent to dishonor ourselves in order to be tricked into playing this deadly game. I call it the legal name Soul Trap. I have been through all the sovereign citizen and free man on the land movements, and to me it is still playing the game by using that legal name, be it in part or all, caps or lowercase, even declaring you're a living man, or representing the legal name. I feel it is all more beneficial to remain no thing, no name, no body, in order to have any power over the dead corporation of legal. Anything else can be a form of consenting, even to respond or respawn to questioning, is giving life once again to that legal name. And yes, it is that simple, and that's the way to keep it. The more you carry on with all these hopeful so-called remedies, is the energy you are feeding back into keeping the dead legal system alive. A response of any sort is an invitation to slip up, or a claim of any sort. Be aware you are always in contract to the Creator, and it's your duty to hold this position above all costs. If you do this, it will run so much more in your favor. It's illegal to use a legal name, is the only rule I abide by, and do no harm. This means to self first. This also applies to any other situation in your life. Do no harm, and don't claim anything, or to be anyone. You are no thing, and you cannot own anything. Do not claim anything. Always come back by asking for their proof of their claims that you are something. Keep on that approach until you get a satisfactory answer of yes or no is just fine. This I will guarantee you will never get, so you hold the power. This will put them in dishonor to do so. So there is the game. For you to stay in honor, you must ask questions constantly. This will keep you in honor to self and to creation. You will have the authority. Until you understand, it's not about trying. It's all about doing the right thing by self. To try is to set yourself up to fail, and you also must lose the fear and find the peace within, with your knowing who you are, where you are, the only authority that you need. You are sovereign and free by birth and by the mere action of life, and you don't need to prove or explain anything to anybody or anyone. Once you lose the fear and come to the realization you are free, as you already are, and you take claim over your life essence, things will go your way for the better, and life will become a breeze. Creation sees and hears all, and will respond to your needs and wants. There is no escaping this fact when you go through the legal name process and know it's all about your vibration and your mind is locked. This makes you untouchable, as in you cannot be taken off the path of the truth of who you are. And again, this is very hard to explain to the ones that are still thinking and seeking their sovereignty or some sort of remedies they may have come across from some legal eagles. You are simply stepping right away from the game and not playing by any of their rules. As much as possible, I call this by taking your pawn off the chessboard is the only way. When you can understand commerce and legal, it's all about contracts. Simplicity is the key. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Lose the attachments to the legal ID. If you get a curse in the mail, send it back without opening or even touching the paperwork. Where possible, this can be classed as contracting. If you are not claiming the name, it's none of your business. It's all for contracts only. Return to sender. No contract. You have 72 hours to reconsider or rescind a contract or not. That's the law. And from there you have 3 chances to do so until the debt is written off, or then they may try a different tact. Again, repeat the process. This is what I have found, and to stay in honour. And I might add here that a debt or charge can only, in this case, when dealing with corporations, is administered between one corporation to another and via a valid contract. So in reality, a corporation cannot place a debt upon the living or someone with no name, legal name. It is always the name that will cop the debt. Corporations only exist for profit. Do not be tricked into joinder with that name at any time. Get familiar with these concepts. Hone your skills and you will be fine. So this is the most important thing to keep in mind. and don't let them tell you any different. Stand your ground and reserve your rights. This is all in your mind. The battle is always within. Let it go. Lose the ego to get involved. After all, everything addressed to that legal name is really nothing to do with you. You are not a corporation or a person, and this is purely corporate contracting business in order to create a debt or controversy upon the legal copyrighted name. In reality, a living being cannot contract legitimately with a dead corporation. This just won't happen. There must be two alike parties and a meeting of the minds with full disclosure. So as you can see by now, there never is a real contract in these cases. And it is all pure fraud, as is that legal name, where any and all of that name is fraud and a criminal offence in any law to use someone else's copyrighted material. The best and only way around this is if they insist you are under contract or their jurisdiction, is to prove the fact with evidence of fraud. This will instantly void any and all contracts via your knowledge of who you are and your skills to negotiate. They must make you legally dead to be able to do business. Only by your consent, of course. The less you react and the calmer authority you show with your higher vibration, this will send them a much stronger message than you realize. I look to this example when talking about a charge, seeing that the human body is all electrical energy and reacts to vibrations. Think of the principles of electrics as in a car battery. In reality, our human bodies are electrical conductors, and we react to fluctuating electrical charges or currents. You all know very well what happens when the negative and positive terminals are connected to a power source. We have a charge take place. All we see, life being fed from the battery to create electrical energy to power something. I see us as the positive power, the corporate legal system as the negative power, opposing fields of energy where they rely on our energy to run this corporate legal source of energy. Also, when the two poles come into contact with each other, will produce sparks or a conflict. And in law, this is called a controversy or conflict of interest. You will feel this negative energy pulse through your body, as in the form of anger or shock of some sort. You will react in some way negative. This is your warning sign of danger ahead. That's why I say you do not have to engage in their claims that there is a charge or debt put to who they assume you are in the form of an offer or contract. Always ask for proof of claim if you must react. If you are not the negative power, then why would you want to engage or go into a conflict if it is not meant for you, the true living you. And I would also urge you to read through the BCCRSS documents by Kate of Gaia to further explain the depth of this deception, of the game of illusion involving the legal name fraud, soul trap. If you ever really have to respond or respawn or are forced into a corporate court, this is an excellent way to lay those claims to rest and to set the record straight and out of your hands. Simply follow the instructions from Kate how to present the papers into the court. No names required, and you may not even have to attend. In other words, you really don't want to try to win legally, as you have nothing to defend. Again, the remedy is an illusion, and this is the only avenue of honour you have at your fingertips, where creation will back you up. Honour and love to you all.